Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Oh, hey people, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? Man, as soon as I pushed this button, an update popped up on my stuff here and everything. Got to update my system here after I get off. Anyway, we are here today. And as usual, there's a lot of stuff going on, people. A lot of stuff going on. As usual. And it all seems like it, it just flows from this son because for some reason or another, it seems like the news cycle and stuff just goes, and every time one thing happened, then he just interjects some other crap in there. Now everybody is all into this Epstein file thing and all that, where the Epstein files went, and Donald for some reason or another told them folks to get rid of it, and so even in MAGA folks and everything talking about that they need to find out what the heck happened with Jeffrey Epstein. And the FBI and Department of Justice completely just covered the thing up and threw it away. And they folks or stuff and got so mad. But last night, the Senate, the House Rules Committee and everything had a hearing and stuff to see if they were going to force the Trump administration to bring that Epstein file back. And I guess there was a vote and stuff on it, and it voted that crap down. They said, "No, we don't want to see the Epstein file, so y'all keep it here." Ted, I have never seen politics this bad.
It's bad.
I have never seen politics this bad. I really haven't. I can't understand. And people keep saying that this is a cult. But if it was a cult, why in the heck, if the MAGA folks who are involved in the cult are asking to have this thing investigated, but your House of Representatives and stuff, some of their members and stuff and everything are saying, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to bring this up. But they're willing to bring up Joe Biden and try to investigate him. They constantly bring it up Joe Biden. We're gonna investigate Joe Biden because he did this, he did that. They're gonna find out nothing happens. But this man, this Epstein file, has a lot of dirt in there, and people know it. Even the MAGA folks know it. It is devastating. It's got stuff in there that will, man, it will expose a whole lot of nasty stuff in the Republican organization and some of their billionaire friends or whatever, because Epstein, man, had his fingers in a lot of pies. And for some reason or another, they want to keep this thing hid, so they got enough power to keep it hid. And that's what they're doing. They hiding this stuff and everything, and nobody has the power to bring it back up. Because every time the Democrats want to say something about it, or the MAGA people want to say something about it, they hiding it. So
Once
another
a
era.
lady on C-SPAN said something very interesting, and it makes sense because we already know that these types of parties and they go on in Hollywood, all over the country. You know, these freak offs and drugs and switching partners and all of that. The lady said it was so important for the Democrats to see all this stuff. How come when they was in power they didn't bring it up? How come they didn't show it? They had power to bring it out there because both sides are involved on the higher powers. That's why. Don't you think if Donald Trump was exposed, and he might be out there in all that, but obviously it's some other people that they don't want to expose. So they're using that, and they want to talk about it and try to use it against Donald Trump, saying that he's too scared to bring it out there. But the point is, they shouldn't even be dealing with this shit. You know, let the MAGA people talk they shit, saying because they believed in this and because Donald Trump been talking about this shit for the last 10 years. What they need to be focusing on is getting the people and making sure that they get all the things and services that they need and find out what's going on. All this is a distraction. Yeah, it should be uncovered. Ain't no question about that. But man, we can't even get the JFK files correct. We can't even get the MAK files correct. And a whole lot of other stuff. What they need to be fixated on is the people of this country. You got education is going to be cut tremendously in all kind of ways. You got, and you know, we said this yesterday. I hate to keep repeating myself, sounding like a broken record, but damn, man, you know, Medicaid, there's going to be a whole lot of people suffering, and we don't even want to go through HUD and talk about that Section 8.
I think, Ted, the reason and stuff why the Democrats and stuff is so high and hard and stuff upon this is to, in essence and stuff, I think probably what they want to do is they want Trump's all his attention to be focused on trying to keep this stuff out of the public eye. And while his attention is being put toward keeping this stuff out of the public eye, he can't in turn turn around and continue to destroy this country. Uh, the other day, you've gotten your Republican leaders and stuff and everything in the House and the Senate and stuff have starting to open up some more budgetary items and to have some more things and stuff happen that they're going to try to get passed and everything before their term and stuff ends. And so they are eager and stuff and everything. They done already got this big, beautiful bill and stuff passed. So they're looking at getting at least 2 or 3 more bills and stuff passed to stop. So if or when they lose the House and everything, and they won't be able to get any of their agenda and stuff passed, there's going to be enough bad stuff sitting out there to where the Democrats going to be spending most of their term and everything trying to just to correct
Undo
what
that
the hell
shit.
the damage that they have done. So their tactic and stuff is just to keep this guy and stuff and everything from doing what the heck he is doing and everything, uh, and to make sure that he can't continue to create more havoc and stuff out there. He is tearing this country apart. I mean, completely tearing this country apart. And we need some distractions and everything to stop him from continuing to doing what the heck he's doing, because they got these Republicans and stuff out there, man. They are dead set and stuff, and to completely destroy this country, even though we know that we're going to be extra $3 trillion and stuff in debt, further in debt and everything. They're talking about taking us even further in debt, and doing a whole lot of damage here and killing up a whole lot of other people. So it's a distraction, and I think that's probably why they want to get this thing going. They want to distract them from continuing to doing what they're doing.
So you think this is their strategy, huh?
It's probably their strategy and stuff and everything to bring this stuff up and everything, and because I'm pretty sure they're not concerned and stuff with it. I know I wouldn't be, but my thing and stuff is that the longer we can keep dangling crap in front of his face and everything, he won't have time to continue to do what the heck he's doing. So it's just a tactic that they're using, and it's so far, I guess it's not working. The Republicans and stuff is already in their first phase and stuff beat it back, but it's still out there. I don't believe anybody is going to just let it go. So, oh man, and you're right, but they could have brought this stuff up when they were in power and everything, but they really didn't. So that's the only thing that I can think of, is that they're doing this to distract him, because it has been a distraction for him. It's kind of slowed him down from that mess that he's been talking about, because he's got a lot of mess going on. They got this August deadline and stuff that they for these tariffs and stuff and everything, and which I know that he's probably going to go past his August 1st deadline that he done set. And ooh, man, I can't imagine and stuff and everything how people out there in this outside this country are viewing the United States. And we are seeing every day, if you look at the international news and stuff out there, these BRICS countries and stuff, man, they're going on without us. I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff here internationally and everything, as far as trading and alliances and stuff and everything, that the United States and stuff is not involved in. Whereas in the past and stuff, we were number one country and stuff in the world. We done lost that, buddy. Nobody's saying it right now, but we lost that in the number one status. China is the number one country in this world right now. They is it. They are the catch me out. And it's hard to say, but that's what's going on. And if Trump continues down this road the way he is going, and I repeat what I always said, this debt is going to kill us.
Well, let's look at the debt. Think about this here. And this is hard to imagine. This country is worth estimated about 50 trillion or more. And maybe even up to 100 trillion, depending on when you add the businesses, you add the land, you add the different things that we have, commodities and all that. We are the richest country in the world because we have an economy that is sustainable for the amount of people that we have.
That is correct.
But the point is that there are people that are not producing anything making this money. So the question is, we are not a producing country. We don't make shoes. We don't make clothes. Hell, we don't even do steel anymore. You know, only thing our top value is finances. That's what we do. We got a few manufacturing companies and companies around the country, and but mostly a lot of those manufacturing is making weapons. So, and then we don't even have the resources for those weapons to make because we got to get those buy from other countries. A lot of stuff. So the question is that this is just my own opinion. And I'm just saying this. The American, in my opinion, the American people blew it when they did not equally educate fairly black people to create more doctors, more engineers. There was some push for it, but there's a lot of pushback because when black people make money, bro, you know it. They don't sit. They ain't sitting down docile. You ever read the book, uh, The Millionaire Next Door? A
Oh,
lot
I
of
have.
people are millionaires and they just live a modest life.
Mm-hmm.
They may be worth $5-10 million, but you wouldn't even know it. So, but when a black person is a millionaire, you know it. I'm just saying, because that's the way we live. That's how we live, bro. Most of us, hey, we're gonna buy the finest clothes, the biggest nice car. We're gonna build the nicest house. We're not gonna live in no modest $400,000-$500,000 house. That's just the way we do. And so therefore, when you riding around and you showing all your stuff you got on all your wares, hey, it's a lot of bigoted, racist people that get jealous. So their whole game plan is to stop all of that. But they can't stop it, Ed. The cream always rises to the top. It always rises to the top. A lot of people like to say, oh, black people ain't doing too well. That's a lie from the pit of hell. There's a good 10 million of us, 10 to 12 million of us living pretty bad. But it's a whole lot of them living pretty good. That's just my opinion. And like I'm saying, is that their goal, that's the reason why they're trying to stop this public education. They've already, through the years, uh, dogged our education system out anyway, to a certain degree. That's why a lot of black people send their kids to private school and charter schools now. All my grandkids go to charter schools. Some of them was going to private school. So I'm just telling you, the thing is that when there's an assault on direct assault on black and poor people, I'm saying black and poor black people, it's a mess. And a lot of people, in my opinion, black folks, they don't get it that we live in a capitalist society. And you got to figure out a way how to make money when you're young. When you start turning in your 20s, you got to figure out a way how to make money. I'm talking about legally now. I ain't talking about no other mess. I'm talking about legally. Find out a way to make that money because what they want to do is they want to keep you on Section 8, keep you on food stamps or SNAP. They want to keep you on Medicaid. And it's an easy life, and you can still work and have all those other little things, but you just getting by. You just surviving. And ain't nothing wrong with just surviving, but if you want more and you want to keep up, you can't live that life. Because you mess up one time and you ain't got no money, and then you go try to get some money illegally, boom, you're in jail. So a lot of our people having learned that lesson that you cannot, crime do not pay. Crime do not pay. You can't rob and steal and all of that and thinking that you can get away with it. And there's quite a few people out there think they can get away with crime, but they ain't, one thing for sure, they ain't letting no black people get away with nothing. I don't care if you big time or small fry. We seen that. We saw one of the wealthiest black men in the country try to get taken down. So if they're coming for him, they're gonna come for you. So I just think that a lot of black folks I think people are woke now. I think a lot of people are woke and they understand that, but it's still a lot of people thinking that they can beat the system. You can't beat the system. Can't beat the system because all eyes are on you. You cannot beat the system. All eyes is on you. So anyway, getting back to the wealth thing, Ed, the thing is the debt thing. The thing is that they don't care because see everything the central banks, all the things that they depend on is still working. But the thing is, they're trying. This. They're trying to start a whole new money thing with all of these bitcoins and digital currency. They're not concerned about none of that or the debt because they think they're smarter than the rest of the world. When I say they, I'm talking about these people in high places and all that stuff. So I don't think they're even concerned about the debt. They know that this country is the greatest country in the world, and they just have to. And I think they want to get rid of all these brown people. They already know how to get rid of black people. Just throw them in jail because they're gonna do some kind of crime. So we got over 100. We got almost 1 million black people in jail and prison, in and out, in and out. So I
Well,
don't think they worried about the debt.
well, I think they are worried about the debt. I think they worry about the debt because the cost of money and everything's going to start going up. I think they're worried about the debt and everything because it's going to cause inflation. I think they're worried about the debt and everything because that means that they're not going to make as much money, and that debt is going to drag us down, this country completely down. When our credit rating and stuff, if it drops any further and stuff and everything, we are in deep, deep, deep trouble. The reason why we are the number one country and stuff in the world because anytime that you get out there, whether United States or in the international market, the money of favor, the money that most people and stuff buy and sell and do whatever and stuff with is the US dollar. When that US dollar doesn't become the favorite trading item and stuff for paying off your debt, then it starts losing its value. And once that starts happening and everything, it's and we are not a country that produces anything because we are consumers. And once you become a consumer and everything, and your money is not worth hardly anything, then you're going to have to pay a heck of a lot more for the products and stuff that you want to buy. A lot of countries out there, especially China and a lot of those countries they're in the Far East and everything, their market is exporting the things that they sell, including South Korea, you got Vietnam, you got Indonesia, you got China, all of those countries and stuff. And India is starting. They are starting to export a lot of the products and stuff that they make because they have capabilities and stuff and everything because they got so many people to produce something. So because they can't become consumers. The only people who are consumers is the United States. We are consumers. And the only reason why we're on top is because we have the top financial empire and stuff in the world, and that's Wall Street. All the money and stuff is there. It's concentrated there in Wall Street. But you're finding out now that those stock exchanges and stuff that comes out of Hong Kong and coming out of Japan and everything, they are starting to acquire a lot more power. When that power leaves Wall Street and heads over there to Hong Kong or whatever, you're going to lose a lot. It is going to be devastating for us. Because we don't make nothing, Ted. We don't make nothing because we spoke about that. We spoke about that. We don't make anything that we can export and charge what we want to charge and have that money to come back here to the United States.
But we still do. I mean, I wouldn't say that we don't. We do $2 trillion in trade. But you have to look at each one of those sectors and what they are. But they're not a whole lot. We do a lot of electronic stuff, but most of that stuff is made somewhere else.
Well, the parts are made someplace else, just like the cars. We make a lot of cars here, but a lot of the parts
that's what I'm talking
produced overseas.
That's what I'm saying.
Even our military, even our planes and all the other stuff and everything, and our whatever we got, our nuclear submarines, our ships, whatever.
Listen what you just said. That's why I said what I said about education and putting all these people in jail and not training them and educating them properly and not treating them fairly. This is why we're in the shape we're in, because you took a whole generations of black male and female and some whites and just destroyed their whole life because you didn't take care of them when they were younger or make sure that they were provided for and helped educationally. So now we're paying the piper because we didn't develop our youth for the last 40 years.
You're gonna think what I'm getting ready to say here is kind of counterproductive here and everything, but we got a hell of a thing getting ready to go on here, Ted. And I got to believe that when these folks and stuff produce this project 2025 and they put all this stuff in there that is totally counterproductive as far as Democrats are concerned. It is just totally counterproductive. It's all for capitalism. And now we're seeing that Mr. Steve Miller has decided that he wants to get rid of our low-level workforce. He is destroying them. He's taking them out of this country. There's no one who is ready to get out there and work on the farms and to pick the fruits and the vegetables and stuff and everything because they are raiding all of these major countries, especially California. You can hear about them in California now. They're going out in the fields and getting these folks out of these fields and stuff. And you hear the farmers are sitting there hollering, "Who's gonna pick our fruits and vegetables and all the cabbages and whatever we got out there in the field? Who's gonna pick all that?" Because they're getting rid of all these folks and stuff who come across the border and these undocumented immigrants and everything. Who's gonna pick all of
it? You know what I heard?
And we got 1 million people in jail that may be out there in the field, Ted, picking up vegetables and stuff.
Because they lost all their rights. They ain't got no rights.
They ain't got no right. They ain't gonna put them out in that field out there, cause
California
take them out of the jail.
California took out a lot of prisoners and made them firefighters.
Yes, sir.
Took them out of jail.
Take them out of jail. Made firefighters out of them. Didn't pay them out anything. Made firefighters out of them.
give them $1 a day or $10 a day, whatever they pay them.
So who gonna pick the vegetables out of the? I don't know, people. I'm just throwing out something here. I'm throwing something out. I don't know.
Well, they said that all these people that 5 states has already requested they want to do the same thing that Florida is doing. They want to build these concentration camps,
Absolutely.
and they want to arrest 3,000 a day.
Yep.
That was their goal. So if on those terms they're gonna get hundreds of thousands of people and put them all in these concentration camps, and then they say, well, what you want to do? You want to stay here? You want to get back out in the fields for free?
They going back out in the field and pick their stuff for little or nothing. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out here, people. I'm just throwing something out here. I'm just throwing something out. I don't know.
Hey,
I
I
don't
don't put
know.
nothing past none of these
Yeah,
people
yeah.
what
'Cause
they will do, man.
we're in a capitalist society, and money is what drives everything here. And the more money that these folks can make, the better off they are. And I know that they are not going to let that that bread basket up there in Northern California go to waste. All that land and all that food that they produce out of there, they are not going to let them strawberries and all the other stuff wither on those vines. Somebody is coming out there to pick that stuff. Because we got to eat.
But
Anyway,
here's the thing though. You think about this though. You just said it. You got in California. You got I don't know how many wineries that they depend on avocado people and all of that.
avocado.
These people, man, please, these people, man, they got to be hurting right about now. They got to be hurting, and they're gonna really be hurting in the fall when it comes to picking time. And a lot of times, right now, I don't know, man. We don't know what they're gonna do and what their plans are,
Ted,
because it seems like they
that
can do whatever they want to do now.
they're gonna round them all up and put them in these jails, and they're gonna send them out there so they can pick them strawberries and avocados out of the field. They're gonna still get their stuff picked. Yeah, I guarantee you, it ain't gonna rotten out there. They're gonna get that stuff out of them field.
They're ordering the buses right now.
That's it. Bring them out there. Bring them one out there. Have them all chained up and everything, and let them pick that stuff. Get out there and pick it and everything, so we can get outside and we give you a few dollars and stuff and everything. And come on back. That's it. That's exactly what's getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to run them all out because there's too many of them here. They're taking over. Too many of them here. We got to get rid of some of them because they multiply faster than rats.
Hey, Did you hear that they have already formed a strike? They put a strike out. So right now they're all on strike. The legal ones I'm talking about. They go
Oh
in the field.
well, they're gonna get out there and get that stuff picked here. Trust me, that stuff gonna be picked and it's going to be put on them truck and they're gonna ship them out. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
they don't realize the power of this government, man. These people don't care about nobody. How
they
they
don't care
treat
about
people.
nothing. They don't care about nothing. I'm telling you, Ted, that stuff gonna get picked, buddy. They ain't not gonna rot. Them avocados gonna come out there nice and fresh. Them strawberries come out in the field and stuff and everything, and they're gonna get that stuff out there so people can have their fruits and their vegetables in these stores and stuff and everything because they're not gonna not have it here. So we're gonna make it through this. I don't know about them other folks and everything. I don't know. Anyway, Ted, somebody got to throw out here. I was watching Girlfriend today. She was on the Mark Lamont Hill show. First time I ever thought I ever saw Mark Lamont Hill and his show today. and he had Joey Reid on there. And he asked her some questions. Joey Reid is a very interesting black woman. Very interesting. And he asked her and stuff, what did she think, or why did she think that MSNBC, out of all the people on there, threw her off the air? And she says she touched the third rail.
Yep.
What's the third rail? Gaza. She said, I touched that third rail, that Gaza. Can't talk about Gaza. Any news agency around here, you cannot talk about Gaza. That's the third rail, and she touched it. She opened her mouth and said it was wrong for what Israel was doing over there in Gaza, destroying those people. And that was the third rail for her. Even though she was doing the only person who was beating her out as far as ratings was Rachel Maddow.
Yep.
Everybody else, she was in second place.
Yep.
But they got rid of her show because she touched that third rail. And they used a black woman. They used a black woman to file. But we all forget, Ted, that no matter what the heck happened, if you're doing good and you're doing something right, God got a plan for you. You might not like it. It might be up. It might upset you and everything when it happened, but He got a plan for you. And she said it took her a month to get herself together. But after that, she said she come back and she's on her feet now and everything, and she is rolling. People are watching her show. She comes on 3 times a week.
You gotta tighten up her production, though, bro.
She will. She's gonna get to tighten up. She just need that money flowing in. As soon as you get that money flowing in, she's gonna tighten it up. As soon as that money start flowing in, she's gonna tighten it up. As that money start coming in, she's gonna tighten it up. I guarantee you she is. And she's not the kind of person that's not gonna let that. She knows that she got a few problems and stuff, but she says she get it tightened up. I believe she will. But anyway, it was very interesting and stuff with what she said. And she also said that today's news media and stuff and everything, it's in a crisis state. These people are afraid to say anything on air. If you say anything wrong and stuff, somebody gonna throw you off. So you have to watch exactly what you're saying. And there's certain things and stuff that is taboo out there and that you can't say anything about. And it has gotten even worse and stuff now. And she brought up the fact that 60 Minutes and stuff got really dogged out. And they were, as we know, 60 Minutes been around for a long time. And when you tear down 60 Minutes and stuff like that, because that's their thing is to bring controversial issues up so people can listen to them. And when they can't bring their controversial issues and stuff up, then it's no longer 60 Minutes. You've changed the whole dynamics and stuff of it. That's why the president of 60 Minutes and the executive producer of them and everything, that they quit. Because that's why they're there, to bring up controversial issues. And if you can't bring up any controversial issues and stuff, then what the hell you got with 60 Minutes? When you allowing people like Meet the Press to come on and they just sit there and lie to you right there on the screen, and you don't do nothing about it. You just let them lie to you. And I watched it.
Right in front of your face.
Right in your face. They lie to you. And you know they're telling a lie. They will lie to you. And nobody corrects them. They say, what's wrong? Wait a minute, hold it. That's not true. They will not open their mouth. That lady who was on Meet the Press now and everything, she might well get her a AI robot up there to run the show. Because that's all she worth. She doesn't, she asks a question and everything, acting like she really tough. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then she'll sit there and these thumbs down just lie to her right to her face. And she will not contradict them at all. Or tell her audience and stuff what that man just said. It's not true. or ask them, I say, are you sure? Or do you? And because I'm going to look at them and everything and say, you must think I'm a damn fool. You telling me this mess? I'm not stupid. That don't even sound right. That's not what you said 2 months ago. And bring it up what they said right in front of their face. That's not going to happen. So if you guys plan on going out there and getting y'all news from these folks and everything, you got another thought coming. It is not going to happen. So Joy Reid's out there. My boy from CNN, he's out there. Mark
Don
Muriel.
Lemon?
John
Don Lemon?
John Lemon. Don Lemon, I'm sorry. Got Don Lemon. Got my boy over there in Dallas. Big boy.
Who?
You
Who are you talking about?
know who I'm talking about.
In Dallas?
Huh?
In Dallas?
Yeah, he's out of Dallas. You know he out of Dallas. He out of Dallas. He done got his own thing now. He got his own network going on now. You know who I'm talking about. Big boy. Used to be on CNN.
Used to be on CNN?
Yeah. Used to be on CNN a long time ago. They threw him off too. Now he got his own show. He got his own. He's starting his own network.
Hmm.
I forget the network news he called it. Anyway, he got his own network now. He out there. You know who that is. You know who he is. I'm trying to give you hints and stuff and everything. Heck, he used to be on Tom Joyner's show for some time after he got thrown off.
Only person I know is Martin.
Who?
Martin?
Yeah, Roller. That's him.
Yeah.
He got his own network now. He got
Really?
his own network. He got people doing their own network stuff now. He's bringing the money in now. He rolling in that dough. They putting money on him now. He's building up his whole thing. I wouldn't be surprised and everything if he started going nationwide. But he's very controversial though. He got a lot of he needs to tone himself down a little bit, just a little bit,
Think he
and a
needs to
lot.
tone it down a little bit?
He needs to tone it down as far as being. He is too aggressive and stuff with his guests, and he got the same guests on all the time. Man, they done got so that they agree with him all the time. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right, you're right. You have to have people on who are not going to agree with you all the time. We're going to make a good show, a hard hitting show. I
Well,
think.
the thing is, when I look at our show, we're two elderly men that's giving our opinion. We talk about different subject matters, which I'm going to change the subject right quick because we're about ready to shut it down.
Yep, we getting close.
And so the thing is that the thing I love about our show is that we can bring opinions, but then also we bring facts. And then we bring other people's opinion, that things that we read. And then people can think for themselves because I like to think of us as critical thinkers, but more detailed, in depth, a little investigation. Now, to go down a rabbit hole, we can go down a rabbit hole, stay on one subject the whole show, and talk about details and the nuances of all this stuff. Like for example, if we want to talk about Gaza and Ukraine. But that's a lot of detail, a lot of stuff that we don't even know about. Some things that's happening behind closed doors, some things we do know behind closed doors. Because a lot of it is already in the news. Nothing is new, but you might not, our listeners that are out there might not be aware of it. But we might read it, but then we don't talk about it because the fact is, it's really out of our control. Because me, I look at it like this. You know, I got an old friend. He said, that's white people shit. That's white people shit. That's what he said. You know, they sitting up there killing each other in Gaza and, and all over the place. But here's the thing what I think about.
Why? I mean, let me ask you a question here. Hold it. Why does he think that that's white people shit?
Well, that's what he thinks. But
But
I'm just saying,
why does he? What is his
I
rationale
don't want
for
to go
saying
into
that?
that part of it. I didn't say that to say that. What I'm saying is that the thing is, there are people out there think like that, saying they don't realize that anything that happens around the world can affect us.
It does. Absolutely. That's why I'm saying that's then why is he saying white people shit? So it affects us. What's going on in Gaza affects us
Yeah, of
because
course.
those folks over there, that's where them terrorists and stuff come from. Those people. And the point and stuff and everything, I'm pretty sure Israel said the point was to kill off the terrorist group Hamas. But Hamas is still there. Nope, the Hamas is still there. They have not left. But what it does and stuff, it creates a problem and stuff to where these folks decide, well, if nobody else helps us, then we're gonna go over there and destroy the United States. They can come over here and blow us up or kill somebody over here, your family members. They're terrorists. And they consider Israel as a terrorist. And the United States is supporting Israel. So hey, you support them, so we coming to get you. Anyway, it ain't white people shit. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that's what a lot of people say is white people shit. So the thing is though, and we know that everything touches us, even the stuff that goes into the continent of Africa. And you might, people don't think that, but it is touching us as the continent of Africa. Even those things that's happened over in Brazil and Argentina, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Mexico, all over, Cuba, everything is connected. The thing is that what this country has faced to realize, you cannot have apartheid and call yourself free. You can't. Now, apartheid is a strong word, but you might as well call it what it is. You cannot do that and call yourself free. And you can't have soft apartheid and call yourself free. If you're going to be free across the board. Now, a lot of people was trying to open up to a lot of avenues because this country is a melting pot. We got people all over the world come here that live here that are U.S. citizens. Some people are Pakistanians. You wouldn't even know they was Pakistanians unless they told you, because they have picked up the American culture. And they look they look more white than brown. And on and on. And they've been living here for years, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years. But the one thing they don't understand and they don't respect is what the black people did through the centuries. That's my issue. Every person that come across the waters or across the borders the first thing they should do is honor black people and respect black people. But they have come to degrade. That's what they've been doing. They just visitors in this country for a few years, a few decades, and they're Americans. Yeah, you're American, but you dishonor black people. That's not a racist statement. That's not a prejudice statement. I'm just saying, the fight that we did to make this country better in every kind of way, economically, socially, all kinds of ways, and carried our culture around the world to make it even better because people love our culture. They have emulated our culture all over the world. Respect the black American. Don't come over here just because a few of our people are in broke. I won't even say poverty, broke. Now there are some homeless people, yes. And that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be. That's why we are disgraced right now, as far as I'm concerned. We're a disgrace.
Okay, that was your final word, or you wanted to get your final word in?
Go on. I can say more, but go ahead.
Oh well, all I wanted to say and stuff for my final statement and stuff here before the end of this daggone show is I I, I guess I'm like most of the folks and stuff here in this country. I have this border control thing and immigration and all that stuff. It's it's turned into a big problem and stuff here because I know if you're dealing with immigration and stuff and everything, why are you why are we focused and stuff narrowly focused on Hispanic people?
Oh, don't go there.
That to me is discriminatory. That and I'm not being critical and really critical about it and everything, but that focus and stuff on immigration and stuff on Hispanic people and the Hispanic population seems to be wrong to me that you would do that. And I don't know how we as a country can get away with that, dealing with these folks and stuff like that. They're taking children and stuff away from their parents again. That's I don't see how we can consider ourselves to be a country and stuff and everything that would allow that stuff to happen. It is it's discriminatory, I think, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in just going out there and getting just the Hispanic folks and stuff because they are the ones and stuff now uh, who I guess for the last 10 or 15 years now is the ones who are building this country up. Who are taking they they involved in our construction industry. They involved in the food and gathering stuff out of the fields and taking care of their families and doing what they need to do. And I think that our society and stuff and everything and why it's okay and stuff to allow this stuff to happen and stuff. It bothers me because I can't think too far back when that stuff happened to us also. Anyway, that's my final say. Anything else you
Well,
want to say?
let me say one more thing. I'm gonna couple that. They say that 20% of the others are undocumented. Those 20% are not being attacked. They're not being attacked. They got visas that expire. Excuse me, has been expired, and I can name a whole plethora of different ethnic people or nationalities that are here that are on visas and all of that, but they're not being attacked.
Mm.
And they undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
So only thing I'm saying is that if they did that, this country would be in even further shape because a lot of those people work in big time jobs, engineering, doctors, some lawyers, all kind of people working the professions that's undocumented, and they can be picked up at any time, and they know it. They walking around illegal. I wonder how they feeling right now, Ed.
They don't scan it at all. They just looking back and saying, "Go get them." I know that's what they're doing. They say, "Go get them." As long as they targeting those Hispanic people, then I'm gonna be able to get away. As long as they're targeting them, I'm okay. I know that's what they're saying. I can read their minds and stuff right now. I'm sure glad it's not me, but it is. It's just not right for them to do that. I think it is absolutely discriminatory for them to do that. I'm not. Um, I'm not a fan and stuff of seeing them run across the border and all this other stuff. But those people and stuff and everything, if I think, Ted, that a lot of them, if they had a choice, they would rather be back in their country where they came from. If the economic situation and stuff was better, a lot of them would be back there because a lot of them and stuff, Ted, they have a whole economic underground industry and stuff with those folks and stuff. They get their little money, and at least half of it and stuff is being wired back to their families and stuff in those Central American countries or South American countries and stuff where they came from.
I know
Half
because
of this,
I used to do it.
yeah, half of their salaries are going to support their families and stuff back there outside this country. So most of them are probably eventually and stuff. They're not worried about getting Social Security or anything like that. They're hoping that they can work here long enough to get old enough and then go back to their daggone countries and stuff. And because they send enough money and stuff back there, they can probably live very comfortably and stuff back there in their latter years. So
Well,
we need to have an immigration policy and stuff and everything.
yeah,
And yeah, and this mess that they got going on now is kind of productive to any immigration policy.
and
Getting these people
you
out.
ain't hearing nobody talk about it.
Nobody is talking about it. They all bitch and stuff about it before Trump became the president and everything. We need an immigration policy. We need an immigration policy, but you can't find a Republican now who was asking for immigration policy. Nobody, not even the Democrats.
If you think about it, though, if you think about it, I know we over time here, but if you think about it, there's about 40 to 50 million people, in my opinion, 40 to 50 million people in this country right now that's undocumented.
Probably.
And here's the thing: America can take it. Now, the thing is that what they're scared of, a lot of these politicians, probably on both sides, because they don't know how they're going to vote, they're scared how they're going to vote. And this
Absolutely.
is so the point is, if they say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to line up people, we're going to stop everybody else from coming in now. Nobody can come in, no more immigration. Everybody that's here, we're going to see if you qualify to be a United States citizen. And they just start giving these people to become United States citizens. Now, a lot of these people that they're taking away, they already live in homes. Some of them got their own homes. Some of them, got their cars and all of that stuff. But the point is that all I'm saying is if they can work, but see, they don't want to pay them that good salary. Because see now, if you're undocumented, they can treat you any way they can. That's how these commerce companies work. So they say, okay, instead of paying you $20 an hour, I can get by paying you $10 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to give you no benefits.
Absolutely. And I'm
You
saving
don't
money.
get no paid leave. You don't get no vacation.
And they're saving money. They're putting more money back in their pockets.
So that's the reason why this immigration thing, as far as you know what Ronald Reagan did. He 3 million people and their families stay here and become U.S. citizens. They don't want to do that again. Because you're talking about 30 to 50 million people
who are not going to vote to put them back in office.
You got
Who
that
will
right.
realize their political power.
And they got a strong political part, because I'm going to tell you. Well, I don't want to go there, but anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we're at the end of our show here. We just about hitting that 1 hour mark and everything, so we ended it just on time. Anyway, please, folks, subscribe to our channel if you got a chance to. If you want to watch the show, continue to watch it. Keep us online. Bye-bye.